Alright, in this section we're going to start to talk about polynomials. So let's first talk about a monomial. A monomial is an algebraic expression that is either a constant or a variable, or a product of constants, and one or more variables is what that should say. So let me change that. It should be one or more variables. So it could be just a, or it could be 3a squared, or it could be negative 5xy. All of those things are considered monomials. So there's such a thing as a degree of the monomials, and what that is it's the sum of all the exponents. So if I look and I'm going to find the degree on each one of this, it's the sum of all the exponents. So this has a exponent of 1, so the degree is just 1. This has exponents 2 and 3. So the degree is 2 plus 3, which is 5. This does not have a variable, so the degree of it is 0. This has a degree of 1 plus 2, which is 3. And this last one has a degree of 2 plus 2, which is 4. Looking at the next vocab here, we have the word polynomial, and a polynomial is a monomial, or the sum of 2 or more monomials, sum or difference of 2 or more monomials. We can then talk about the standard form of a polynomial, and that's when the degrees of the polynomial, or the degrees of all the monomials, decrease from left to right. So an example of that would be something like x cubed plus 2x squared plus x plus 5. So all of these single terms, all of these monomials, the degree is decreasing from left to right. The degree of the polynomial is found by looking for the monomial with the greatest exponent. And then the next part we want to talk about is the different names. These are things you definitely want to write down, you need to know. So if you have a degree of 0, that's considered a constant. If you have a degree of 1, that's considered linear. Let me go ahead and give you an example of each one of those. So a constant term would be like 6. A linear term would be of a degree 1, so it could be 5x, or it could be 3x minus 2. It can have a constant on it as well. It just means it has a degree of 1. Quadratic, this is a term you're going to see quite often, that has a x squared term, so it could look something like this, or it could just simply be 6x squared. So it's anything with an x squared term. A cubic is anything with an x cubed, a quartic, anything with an x4, quintic, x to the 5th, and then 6th, 7th degree, you can go on forever. We could have x to the 6th, x to the 7th. Now, the number of terms has another name, so those names are monomial, meaning 1 term, binomial, meaning 2 terms, trinomial, meaning 3 terms, and polynomial, meaning 4 or more. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to write each polynomial in standard form again being highest degree down to lowest degree. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put a name on the polynomial as either linear, constant, quadratic, so based upon its degree. And then we're also going to give it a second name based upon the number of terms it has. So in this first example, you can see that it's not in standard form. Standard form starts with the highest exponent, which would be this negative 9x to the 4th. Then it goes to the next highest, 6x squared, and then finally the last term plus 7. So the standard form is negative 9x to the 4th plus 6x squared plus 7. The degree of this is a 4, so the highest degree is a 4. When it has a degree of 4, that's considered to be quartic. And then the number of terms, it has 1, 2, 3 terms, and so that's considered to be a trinomial. Okay, looking at some more examples with this, what we can do is we're going to write in standard form again. So standard form is the highest degree, and if I'm looking at the exponents, this is the highest degree. So I have a negative y to the 3rd down to, so I've used this one, the next highest degree would be this 3y, and it's a positive 3y, so I put plus y, and then I have this minus 4. So standard form looks like this. Negative y to the third plus 3y minus 4. The highest degree is 3. When it has a degree of 3, it's considered to be cubic. And again, I'm referring back to those slides here where we'd written down the degree names. The number of terms is 1, 2, 3. So if I go back to the term names, that's considered to be a trinomial. So it has 3 terms. It's a trinomial. I just have a couple more examples of these kinds. Again, we'll continue naming them. This one, I need to actually do some combining of like terms first. I'm going to go plus the opposite on these so I can add my like terms. This gives me 4x squared. Then I have negative 4x, and I have plus 4. I went ahead and written that is already written in standard form. I went with highest degree of the x squared, and then worked my way down. Again, the degree is 2. It's the highest exponent. So this is considered a quadratic. And the number of terms it has, again, it has 3 terms. So we're stuck with the name trinomial. Now remember, if it only had 2 terms, it would be called a binomial, 1 term monomial, and 4 more terms polynomial. So let's see if we get another one with a different name. On this particular one, we end up getting, for our standard form, I only have a 6x cubed. I have some x squareds, so that'd be 4x squared. I have 6x, and I have then a minus 5. So my standard form would be 6x cubed plus 4x squared plus 6x minus 5. The degree, the highest degree is 3, so that's considered to be a cubic. The number of terms it has 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. 4 terms, so 4 or more terms is considered just to be a polynomial.